What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Medinah Monroe, aka Coffee Bean Dean. Catch me on Better with Brii Renee. Ew.
Welcome to Better with Brii Renee, the podcast where we get real, get honest, and get better, one conversation at a time. Here we talk all things family, faith, finances, and everything that just feels good to the soul. This is your safe space to grow, to heal, and to elevate. Because better isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. So whether you're working on your mindset, your money, or your relationships, you're in the right place. So let's keep it real, keep it light, and most importantly, keep getting better. Because better starts with you, starts with us. It starts with Better with Brii Renee.
Welcome back to Better with Brii Renee. I'm Brii Renee, and this is the podcast where we grow better together, one conversation at a time. And I just want to continue to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Oh, wait, you didn't subscribe yet, right? Well, take the time now to go ahead and subscribe. I'll give you a second. Ding! You should have heard that little bell ring because now you are part of the fam and you will never miss a Wednesday drop. Now, at the beginning of every episode, we got to get into the better perspective. And this is something that I had to check myself on recently, right? And I've done this before. I've realized this over the years when I get to, because I told y'all I was in this middle season, when I get to praying to God for more, I tend to realize how I'm not being a good steward of the things that I'm asking for of now. So I'll give you an example. When I bought my first home and I was feeling like I had outgrown that space, I kept asking God and praying to God for a new home. But it's like, you aren't even keeping this home clean. So why would I give you a new one? So once I started to become a better steward of what the thing was that I was asking for, I feel like it opened up the space and opportunity for the new blessings to come in. So right now, I challenge each of you to be a better steward of what you have now and over the small things before asking for more. And I've started to do this. If you need to just start now, something so simple, and you need more clarity on where you can do this, I've started to write down every night a list of things that I'm grateful for. And I just write down, and it has been so small, insignificant to big things. Like, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, but I'm also grateful for the internet because that's how I get to connect with people. I'm grateful for my YouTube community. I'm grateful for the gym. I'm grateful for water. I'm grateful for my dog. Like, whatever comes up into mind from that day, I write it down. And then I look at that list and I'm like, how can I steward these things better? How can I show my gratitude and appreciation for those things? What are some of these things on the list that I've actually complained about recently that have maybe looked like I'm not as grateful as I say I am? So taking, time to do that, and even stewarding and being mindful of that all the way down to tithing. I keep asking God for more money, bigger blessings financially, but I'm like, I had to check myself and realize I wasn't even tithing. I wasn't even doing what God said I was supposed to be doing with the finances that he already had given me. So why would he give me more? And I'm just asking for more, but I'm not even doing what I'm supposed to be doing with what I have. So I'm just taking a look in the mirror and I'm just being more mindful of how I'm stewarding the things that I already have, the blessings he's already given me, before I open my mouth to ask him for anything else. And I feel like we all could do that. Take a look in the mirror. And that's this week's Better Perspective. Let's get into the guests. All right, y'all, are you ready for today's guest? I'm so excited. She is a podcaster, creator, a voice actress, and an all-around vibe, y'all. She is part of my girl tribe, okay? You know her from CockTales, Dirty Discussions, where she brings humor, honesty, and real talk about everything from dating to sex and self-awareness. But today, we going deeper than that, into who she is off the mic and who she is evolving into as a woman and a creator. Let's get into it. Welcome, Medina.
Oh my gosh, hi. Brii, that was an amazing intro.
That's my favorite reaction. I get that every time I intro somebody.
I feel like Oprah. I've never had an introduction like that. Oh my God, thank you.
And I do that on purpose because I feel like my guests so far have been people that I'm cool with or I have a relationship with. And I think when you know somebody, you know that they don't see themselves the way the world might see them, or you see things in them that the world might not even know yet. Or, you know what I mean? So I just want you guys to know, especially my guests, to know like you have a big impact. You have made an impact. People appreciate your impact, and you should be honored and celebrated for your impact.
I know that's right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Like, I appreciate that. It's funny because I was, last month, I got invited to go to a nonprofit gala, and the name of the nonprofit is called Well Within Your Reach Foundation. And there's a woman, beautiful woman. Her name is DeBlair Tate. She picked a handful of Black women in Atlanta to be honored. And I was one of them. And I was like, how did this happen? Like, I'm used to seeing certain people picked for certain things. And I was like, it was me. It was Gail Bean. It was a sports
I love Gail.
journalist. I love Gail. And then there was another young lady. It was the most incredible feeling. And I was like, how did y'all find me? Like, what made you pick me? And she was like, we wanted to find people who don't really get shine. Yeah. Like the voices that aren't, you're kind of like, your voice is heard, but you don't really you're not like always on somebody's.
Celebrated.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to say it. And she was like, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the same group of people. I just put some lip gloss on. How are y'all? You're not gonna be talking about me on Instagram. And it was just the most, she was like, celebrate yourself. Like, I want to celebrate you. And it just felt so good because I do sometimes just be like, I'm gonna do my thing and then just kind of back off and I don't really need any recognition, but it feels good when you get it.
Yeah, because obviously you're not doing it for that. But and sometimes as a creative, I know I felt like this too. Like, dang, is it even meaning anything? Does anybody even hear me?
Do they like even me?
Yeah.
They talked about that at my church last week and it was funny. This is why I'd be like, y'all better be sitting in church sometimes just to get a different perspective. And it makes me look at it differently. My pastor was like, why does it matter?
If they see it or if they care or if they like you.
And that made me look at it in a way where it's like, you just have to process it. Are you wanting it to matter because of attention? Are you wanting it to matter because of ego? And every time I stop and do it, I'm like, oh, okay, let me get the actual answer. Why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Isn't it interesting?
Yeah. Because I say off the top of my head, and this could still be ego, impact. I want to feel like I impacted people. But why?
Because really, if you impacted one person, you impacted somebody.
Right.
It's really interesting as opposed to you get really popular and now it's not even an impact. People are just like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty and I want to know what is your lip color. You know what I mean? It's like, I just
poured my heart out for y'all.
I just saved the world.
Right.
I didn't. But.
No, but you're so right because Ernestine does Greenlit ATL here once a month for like actors and creatives. And last month she screened the episode about me talking about my middle season and my faith right now. And where she didn't screen the whole episode, she screened clips from the episode. And it was like right after the clips aired, she was bringing me to the stage, but this girl ran up to me out of the audience and like started crying in my arms. And she was like, I needed to hear that right now. Like, you don't understand. I needed to be reminded that I can still praise God and give him glory in the middle season when the things that I'm praying for haven't come and I don't even know when or how they're going. You know what I'm saying? And she just hugged me for like, people had stopped clapping, like, you know.
You're like, okay. Okay. No, that's beautiful.
But when I got up there, I was like, wow, that just reminded me, like, it don't matter how many views it got. That episode might not even go over 2,000. But the fact that that's what if you really care about impact, that's that one person
is impacted in a real way.
Right.
Wow.
That's good, Medina. Okay. We go Kiki. This is my homegirl, y'all. So y'all don't know. This is gonna be a good episode. So get comfortable. Get you a little drink. Get you some water. Get some popcorn. Whatever you need. A snacky snack. Because we gonna relax and kick back. Okay. Now, Medina, you have been podcasting. I met you as a podcaster.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah.
Yes. I think the first time. I knew Kiki from the radio station.
And then you were a guest on the show.
Yep. And that's when I met you. And I was like, you know what? I like you.
And I was like, I love you. And I remember you came in with friends for the episode. That was so much fun.
Yeah, the first time.
The first time you came, it was you and I can't remember who it was. But
my homegirl Summer, I think. Yeah, because Summer was like, I like her too. Like, we just were like, we like her.
Yeah, and I liked you. And y'all, I've been podcasting for a minute and nobody knows this for real. But before I was doing the show at Kiki, I was doing a show in Dallas nobody was listening, and it did not impact anything. We all fell out because everybody wanted to be the star, and it was a mess.
Okay.
I can't even remember the name. But yeah, we've been doing this CockTales for about 8, almost 9 years, I want to say.
I was gonna say, and consistently.
Consistently.
So y'all have dropped an episode every week.
Every week.
For 8 years.
For almost 8 years. And I always get the years mixed up because also, I don't know if people know the background with CockTales. Kiki started CockTales. She started it. I had moved from out of Atlanta back to Dallas. I was a flight attendant at the time and not really focusing on creative stuff.
You've been a flight attendant. I didn't know that.
I was a flight attendant for a private airline. And Kiki was doing the show with CockTales has done a whole Destiny's Child change 2 times. And when it finally got to her and I, we were like, this is the recipe.
Yeah.
This is the recipe and this is good because we talk about dating, we talk about sex. Now we don't really talk about sex that much, but we talk about relationships. And when you talk about relationships, you have to be vulnerable. You're not going to listen to nobody's relationship show and they're not telling you what their experiences are, or they're talking about dating in Atlanta and you're not sharing your experiences. And we have a way that we just do it. Sometimes it's really embarrassing how open we are. On the show, and you can go back and listen and wow, but you can see the growth also. So yeah, y'all.
You have been doing that, and it's inspiring. I feel like y'all were the first female podcasters that I knew at the time. I'm sure there might have been other podcasts out, other females, and not to take anything but y'all were the first. And I'm like, damn, you can really do this, and be consistent. And I've seen y'all move and change, like you said, y'all changed cast members, y'all changed a lot, but y'all still show up consistently. And kudos, because it's not easy
at all.
It's not easy to be consistent with anything, but also something you have to pour your finances into.
Girl,
you know, it costs a bag to do it, and to like you said, continuously put yourself out there and be vulnerable. And you've literally found your voice, or continue to find your voice through it. But with finding your voice on the show, how has that translated to you finding your voice in real life?
I think that,
or your inner voice.
My inner voice right now is telling me to make sure I don't have lip gloss residue in the corner of my mouth.
You don't. No.
You see me keep.
But you don't.
Okay, because I really. Okay.
Right.
How has it helped? This is always such an interesting question for me because if I'm being honest, Brie, I've always been the type of person for most of my life that I can remember where it's honesty is in me.
Right.
Not that I've never lied. I'm not, I'm not always just perfectly honest, but for the most part,
or transparent.
I'm transparent. I've always had this level of transparency where sometimes it can be unprofessional. Yeah. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. Sometimes it can be there have been moments where I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, am I on the spectrum? I really was. She was like, we need to get off my phone. Because sometimes it's just I don't know any other way to be.
Mood. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so when we sit down, there have even been times when we're talking about things. When I was going through my breakup, I remember I was like, I'm not going to talk about it. And I am not going to talk about it. And I'm not going to talk about it. And then I was like, I can't not talk about it because how dare I sit down in this chair and not give our listeners the truth I've been doing. It's almost like when everybody wants you to follow along on their dating journey and their marriage and their pregnancy journey, and then all of a sudden you hide the baby's face. It's bitch, that's our baby.
Right.
Show us that baby. What you doing now? So, or stuff gets bad and now all of a sudden we can't be honest. I don't want to be that person. And I am not advising anyone to do that because
it's a level of comfortability that you have.
It is. And sometimes I'm not even always comfortable with it, but I said something. Sometimes when I say this is what I'm going to do and I'm telling y'all to do it too, be honest about your situation.
Yeah.
I want to do it. So I don't want to be one of those people where you're like, hey girls, and when you're sad, go and be heavy. And it's not easy. I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling. I'm sad. I miss that nigga. This was, not now, but I needed them to know I go through the same thing y'all go through. This is not always, a breakup isn't always just you get back on just because I look pretty, I'm not sad. No, I'm really sad. But I also want you to know that just because you're sad, that doesn't mean you don't keep doing your show.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that now we gonna go jump off the cliff, even if you feel like it. And to me, it's so important that the girls that listen to our show, after reading some of the letters that we've gotten all these years, that you're going to be okay, even though he done crunched and stomped on your heart and you is crying in the car, you go into the interviews trying to yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And I feel like it gives you a sense of strength when you be vulnerable and share what you're going through. I know I've shared something that I felt like was super cringe. Even afterwards, I'm like, damn, should I have even said that?
And you want to cry almost. And then when it hits the Instagram and then people start reposting, you're like, is my mama gonna see this?
Yeah. Like, and then, but when you get the feedback from it being posted and people are like, oh my God, I'm going through the same thing. Oh my God, I needed to hear this. That's like, okay, yeah, I'm being strong. I'm like, vulnerability is a superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't feel like everybody has that superpower. Mm-mm. That's so good. I'm glad that you do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you started your podcast, CockTales, well, now I didn't even know that you didn't start it.
No, Kiki started.
That's dope.
There used to be guys as hosts.
Really?
It was Kiki, it was this other girl, and it was like 3 guys. Mm-hmm. I didn't know them. And then they stopped because the guys were lying about their girlfriends and their wives didn't know they were even doing the show. Again, when you do a show about it's like, y'all, what? So then,
sir, you thought you was finna sit in front of multiple cameras and microphones and talk about your life, and your life wasn't going.
And even though nobody was listening at the time, in Kiki's mind, she knew where it was going. So it was like, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
So then they kicked them off. Then it's her and this other girl. Her name's Shayla. And it was her, and they was doing their thing. And then I came to visit Atlanta. I had lived here, but then I had left, and then I came to visit. And Kiki was like, will you be a guest on the show? So it was me, her, and Shayla being a guest. And Kiki was like, I wish you were here all the time. I ended up moving back to Atlanta for love. And it's always something to love. And Kiki was like, well, you want to do the show with us? And I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then we did it. Her and I were so dynamic and so honest that it kind of fizzled the other girl out. She was just like, well, I don't want to be talking. I don't want to say what I'm. And it was like, well.
You don't need to be here.
I don't know what.
We're going to tell you the next time we're filming.
Yeah. It was just like, you know what? I think we got this.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like the dynamic of y'all too. But with that, with being so open, honest, transparent, what have you had to unlearn about storytelling or sharing? Have you refined anything, even if it's not your level of transparency? Mm-hmm.
I be trying so hard not to say people's names.
Okay.
And not to share other people's business. Okay. You know how hard that is? I had a girlfriend call me, and this story, I love a good story. Mm-hmm. And I had a good girlfriend call. And to me, it's not, I'll say embarrassing things. I will say things because I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with the backlash. I'm okay with who's going to hear it. Well, this recently happened and I didn't think anything of it. I shared this really funny story that happened in college. I get a call.
Wait, did you say her name when you shared the story?
I did. I said everybody. I mean, I'm just like, I'm so comfortable in front of a camera and a microphone. I be forgetting that it's there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you need to not do that.
Yeah.
Girl, I looked at my text message and it was this long text from her. And it was like, I don't appreciate it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And this is how I know I've grown also, because I called her and I was like, I don't even need to explain why I did what I did. I am so sorry. We're going to edit it out. Let me know what episode number it is. And I am so sorry. And she was like, thank you for calling me and understanding. I said, I absolutely understand. It wasn't that bad, but I was like, I get it. I get it. People don't want to be.
Because you could have been like, girl, whatever. It's so old.
Right.
Or this is my creative show. Yeah. It's like, so many Ashleys. Like, why you think they talk about you?
Yeah. And
that's growth. That's maturity.
That's growth. I said, we taking it out. And I get it. I was like, I felt so bad. Mm-hmm. And I really do try not to do that. Or a situation that I think is funny and I'm sharing the story and it wasn't funny for you. Now, sometimes it's going to be what it's going to be. Like, it's also my experience.
Well, maybe you can just not say their name.
That part.
Yeah, I think if you just didn't say their names, it might be okay because you could be talking about anybody.
Yeah. And
it's no embarrassment for them. Only they know. But
that's the part.
Yeah, everybody know Ashley Glass from...
Not Ashley Glass.
Right. But throughout this, like you said, you've been open and transparent about even your dating experiences. Do you ever look back and feel upset about how transparent you were or even proud of your growth? Not even embarrassed, because I feel like you've passed that point. You very open with being transparent.
No, girl, I'll be embarrassed.
You do?
This most recent breakup, I think that was the most embarrassing part, was that I just put him on such a pedestal. And I just would
while y'all were good. Yeah.
While we were good. Every episode, it was almost annoying to hear it. Like I was just so in love, so happy. I was so, he is the one. I mean, I went as far as to saying this, we're getting married. Like, this is the one, like, this is what we're doing. Like, and I'm giving advice in a totally different way. Like, you guys, when you just start acting like you just know it all, like because I'm in a relationship now and you other peasants, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it wrong. And I mean, I was doing that. And it was always just so like praising this man that, not that I take it all back, but there were some things where it was like, this.
You were delusional.
Yeah. And I didn't see it. I couldn't see it. I didn't want to see it. And now when those episodes are still out, and it's not like we're deleting them. And sometimes if a clip, there was a clip that surfaced recently, and it was when I was telling this story about a raccoon that had bust up into my hotel room in Tulum, and I was with him. And then that was another thing. And I was like, wow, I really brought him on all of my wellness retreats. I started to just like really bake him into my life because I really thought it was real. And then when it ended, it was like, there were some of those comments like, yeah, I guess that's not, you know how sometimes the internet will get you?
Yeah.
And those things used to really be like, yeah, you really thought that was your man. And I was like,
I really did. And you have really thought that as well. So, like, guess what? Tag, you're it. You're next. Like, what? It happens to the best of us.
It does. You really think, I thought.
Yeah. And I mean, I say this all the time, like, I don't join teams that I don't want to win. So when you join that team, you know what I'm saying? When you became a partner with him, of course you rooting for it to win because you wanted it. That's why you joined it. Yeah. Like, so you mad at me because I was cheering for my team, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, proud of what I'm a part of while I'm a part of it. Now it didn't work. Now y'all some losers. Now, no, this way. You might not be a loser all the way, but
that was that's still a rough
I hopped off that team. I got traded.
I hopped off that team and got traded. Breakups are just annoying. And that was one of them life-changing ones. There'd be normal breakups where you were good, and then it'd be them life-changing ones where you're like, I'm gonna sit down for a minute.
You ever look back and be proud of like the growth?
Oh my God, yes. Because I look at the growth in a way where it's like, and this might sound crazy, but for the longest I was looking at it like he did everything wrong. And he did a lot wrong, but so did I. And being able to like look at some of and not necessarily wrong where like you're cheating on people and stuff. That was never a part of the story. But I realized there is a lack of responsibility that I had for myself. And I was trying not to see it. And I see it now. I see it very clear. And there was like a level of work, and not work in the relationship, but just like, I go hard at what I do, but there's more that I can do, and I should be doing it for me. Not to make my man proud. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And so my
self-fulfillment.
Yeah, my priorities were not there, and I could see it now. When he was saying it, I was just like, you just don't think I'm good enough. When really, like, I didn't think I was good enough, and I couldn't really admit it, but I always felt that. And now that I can actually say it out loud, that's growth for me, because and even when I'm talking about it with other people, I can say it like, oh no, girl, no. This was actually like, that was a me thing. Yeah. I told
myself. Some real accountability.
And it's embarrassing accountability, but then it's like, well, at least I'm doing the accountability thing. I want to be responsible for myself. And I, like, in all of the ways, I want to be responsible for myself financially. I want to be responsible for my feelings. I don't want to be one of those people where it's like, how do you feel about this? And you don't know how to explain it. I don't want to accept it. Yeah, from people. Like, no, let's navigate through it.
Yeah, how are you really? But I've been one of those people where like I don't really know how I feel, because you've silenced your feelings so much to appease other people. Now you don't forget how to even, like you said, pinpoint your feelings.
Right. Or like, there's a book, and again, I say this all the time on CockTales. We gotta read, y'all. I can't stand when people be talking about relationships or things about relationships, and you don't read about relationships. You don't read about the mind. There's a book that I started reading. It's called Boundaries. And it talks about how we don't know, the average person really doesn't know what a boundary is, how to set it, and how to stick to it. And if a boundary is set with you, you could look at it as you're being mean, or a whole fallout could happen over it. And it's like, well, no, really, I'm just saying this isn't okay. Just don't do it. Yeah. And I should just be like, oh, okay, well,
I won't do it.
I won't do that. Because that's not okay with you. Yeah. And the therapist that wrote this book, he gives these live examples of couples in arguments. And that is so helpful, because sometimes you think you know what you're talking about,
but you have to see it play out.
You got to see it play out. So he has this married couple, they sitting here. The wife is like, he be coming home drunk, he drinks too much. And the husband is like, no, I don't. Like, I'm just having a good time. So the therapist is like, well, Sally, how do you feel when your husband comes home drunk? She's like, well, I feel like he doesn't care about the family. The therapist is like, that's not how you feel. Mm-hmm. That's what you think about him.
How he feeling.
You trying to say how do you feel? Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, I feel like he doesn't want to come home. That's not how you feel. That's what you think about him. Now, how do you feel? Mm-hmm. She was like, and of course she started crying. I feel scared. Now, if the therapist wouldn't have been present, an argument would happen. Because now it's like, well, I feel like you think that you're better than us.
Yeah.
And then it's
I feel like you don't care about us. And then what you mean I don't care about us? I show you all the time that I care about you. Yeah.
When really it's just like, girl, I feel like
unprotected.
I feel unprotected. I don't feel safe when I come around because I'm sad.
Yeah.
And then we can get to the truth of it, not an anger management battle.
Right. Oh, that's good. Okay. So the name of that book is Boundaries.
Boundaries. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It talks about boundaries with your parents, boundaries with your children, boundaries with your friends, which is even harder than romantic relationships.
Because we feel like, especially with women, I feel like we expect so much from our friends. I don't, maybe I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've been the low maintenance friend in my friend groups, but then I be mad or overwhelmed when they expect so much. And I'd be like, why you just can't not expect as much as I do? But am I not, I might not be expecting as much because I might be protecting myself from disappointment. Or, you know what I mean? Like, get into the root of the thing.
And you see how you process that thought? That's how I would like to be. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. And I feel like that's a step forward as opposed to, you ever told somebody something and they're like, I don't need to do that. And it's like, nigga, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm proud of you for being open to growth. You seem like you in a very open space of growth. But I've never seen you be like a closed-minded person. You've always been very fluid in your thinking.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean? So I like that about you. And you're fluid in your talents because you are, if y'all can't hear it in her, she's, like I said, she's a voice actress. Did you start voice acting before you started podcasting?
Yeah, okay. I started voice work because I really wanted to be an actress. I really did. And it was too much rejection.
Yeah, it's so much.
I can't do it.
Yeah. Friend, sometimes I look at auditions and I be like, I know you're not gonna pick me, so I don't even want to do it.
Like, are you just getting told no all the time?
You getting told no a lot.
And the actors' stories, even the ones that like reach to the level of getting the awards on you get acknowledged on
Academy Awards and everything.
Every actor and actress has that story where it's like, I was sleeping on the couch, or like nobody believed in me.
I was in the car,
and then I was like, I can't do it. It was too many rejections, and then the agency I was with was like, well, have you ever tried voice work? And I was like, no. And they were like, well, why don't you train in voice work and let's see how it goes. They sent me over to my amazing voice coach. She passed away this year. Her name is Eileen Kimball. She was the best in Atlanta.
Oh man.
When you sat down with Eileen for classes, she would either be like, yeah, no, I'm not working with you because this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Because like I just don't like, you can't read.
Yeah. You can't spell. So
you can't like,
we can't, where do we have to go from here?
There's an
if
art.
You have to follow the bouncing ball. We
wasting each other's time. I went in there and I didn't really know. Everybody can say you have a nice voice, but with voice work, it really comes down to, can you read this script and make it sound like you talking?
Yeah.
Not like this might be like a hospital commercial and it's babies that are sick. Now they give you the script and they're trying to see if you're paying attention to what the words are. So if it says Emory Hospital and the babies have cancer and the moms are sad. Yeah. And it's like, are you
thinking about are you processing how that feels?
Yeah. Can you bring out emotion when it has to be structured?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I think we got something to work with. I had a lot of work to do, but we did it. And I just there was no she got me my voice reel. We started sending it out and I was booking stuff immediately.
I love that. So you still voice acting?
Not as much, but I do.
Why?
I do life.
Yeah. Well, are you not sending yourself out on because is it the same way with acting? You have to get the auditions and then submit?
That is exactly what it is. And so it's so quick though. Like there was a point in my life where it was like, okay, if I'm being honest, I just haven't made time for it as much as I used to.
Okay.
Because there's other things. I'm working like a Hebrew slave. When I said that I want to be responsible for myself, I was like, how can we bring in money from every angle? And voiceover wasn't cutting it.
Because I was gonna ask, are the checks as low as acting?
It ranges. Like, they're not as low. Like, but it depends. Like, when you do stuff with Coca-Cola, it might be a $3,000 check. It might be $350 per script. So you just never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's not. And I'm one of those people where it's like,
oh, do you get residuals for voice? Oh, yeah, that's not right. Because if you do a Coca-Cola commercial, it might be a $3,000 one-time read. But then with acting, you would, with physical acting, you would still get a residual every time that commercial plays. So booking a commercial is really big for actors or actresses. But if you're voicing, I'm saying you could still, that's, you acting.
Yeah. And then I think voice work is in so many different things. So with Coca-Cola, I've never got a Coca-Cola commercial. I got the Coca-Cola explainer video. So when people get hired at Coca-Cola, they hear me talking. And that is so fucking boring. Recording that, it's like a half a day of record. Like,
you going through the training.
Yeah, I know what y'all gotta wear and how you supposed to be speaking to people, like, and who the HR lady is. Like that, I've done a lot of that work because it was consistent, but it was boring.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do something, I want to get on a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to do a cartoon.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of it was just a lot. And I was like, I can't focus on this all of the time. Every now and again, I'll still do it.
You should also, have you ever done a book?
Next year I might.
Oh, okay. Because I would listen to an audiobook with you.
Really?
Yes. I love hearing you talk. I would listen to you read me a book. Girl, I'm going to go to bed.
Maybe like a little, the Calm app.
Yeah. A Calm app, a bedtime story. Even if you wrote a children's book, something short and simple. And you voice it, you could do that.
Well, y'all be on the lookout next year. I may or may not have something coming out that requires my voice to read my work.
Period. We're going to be on the lookout for that. And look, you got that tea here first.
Y'all really did.
No, for sure. But then you could be like, bad, like Miss Rachel. Can you say bad? Bad, little nigga.
For the silver teeth children. Right. It's like, this is the other version, y'all.
No, but for sure, like, you don't limit yourself, because I think you're truly gifted and talented in that. And that's coming from a radio ear. You know what I mean? So I think you should, don't give up on that. Even though I know that we be trying to pay the bills, but it might something, even if you have to create your own thing to put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Period. Do that. But even with voice acting, so you started voice acting, then you get into the podcasting with Kiki. Did you see that as an easy pipeline?
No. I feel like I'm the girl who the shit don't be easy. Like it just is never easy, because even still when I'm always doing so much all at the same time. And so I was a flight attendant. When I would come back from a trip, I would go in the closet. My boyfriend at the time had made the closet a studio. I'll go in the closet, submit as many auditions as I could. There's this pay to play site called Voices 123, where if you don't have an agent or your agent isn't sending you any work, you can get work from other companies. It might be small, but you get like 7 of them and you good. But that's a lot of time in the closet.
Yeah.
You're in the closet and you're like, Coca-Cola. So I was doing that. And then after that, we're going to record. So I've always been doing like multiple things all at once, because while I really did always think that I wanted, with the rapper girls be talking about, like, you want your man to be taking care of you, I don't really want that.
No.
I don't really want it. Like, it's
I want you to pay the bills, but then I still want to work.
Like, yeah.
I want you to pay the bills so I can play and not have to stress about but I still want to make my own money from my work. Yeah. Like, I want to be successful at what I do. But I want you to pay all the bills so I can keep all my money.
And I'm getting to the point now where I don't even know if I want you to do that.
Yeah. Because then it comes with all that attitude.
Yeah. And the experiences that I've had, it's just like, this is too much. I don't want this stress.
Yeah.
So I have to figure this out. And I've never been in a career where it's like, well, now I got my real estate license, y'all, and them checks do be nice. But it's just my career is very interesting, because nothing has ever been like, and this led to that, and this led to that. It's just like, let's do it all.
Yeah. And see what sticks.
See what is going to stick, and just keep doing it. And I've started to kind of like sharpen my my umbrella almost. It's like, okay, I can actually do it all and I can still get rest. And sometimes certain things have to stop. And sometimes I can pick them back up. And sometimes I might have to do this to bring in more money. It's really interesting. And it's all revolving around like, I want to be able to be responsible for myself. I don't want it to be like.
So did you have like a sugar daddy?
Along this process, yes. Like in some areas.
You had a boyfriend that was taking care of you.
Not like that. I never did it the right way. Like I said, I wanted to be like the rapper girls and I could never really get it.
Oh, like one rich boyfriend.
And they're doing the real rich stuff. I've never had like the real rich stuff. Yeah. And like my boyfriend bought me a car and then it got repossessed. You shouldn't have did it. Yeah. He didn't have the funds to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I've always definitely had to work. It's never been like I have a sugar daddy and I'm kicked up.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think it's because I talk too much. I don't have the person.
We're certified yappers.
Yeah, like they're like, hey, yeah, you're asking too many questions. Yeah. And I'll never forget. And I don't have the look for like the rich man. I will never forget.
A rich white man would love you, Medina. You a rich white man dream.
Does that mean my hair be looking bad?
No, not the hard wig. Not the hard wig.
Okay.
No, but that is a thing. But you don't have the hard wig look. See, I don't. But I'm saying you have the slim, petite, brown, pretty face, nice rack. You have the things that
these are new. I didn't have these back in the day.
Oh, you did it? Oh, those are great.
My doctor was great. Yeah.
I didn't even know them were yours, Medina, but see, perfect. They love those too.
It never happened. I think it's a me thing though. I think I'm like, this would be so cool. And then
But you probably do talk too much for a rich white man.
For any rich man, I think. Because I'll never forget one time, this was a long time ago. One of my friends was like, there's this basketball player. I want you to meet him. I was like, oh my gosh, my first basketball player. I'm so excited. And then I was like, I'm nervous. Like, I don't actually, is he going to be fun? Is he going to talk? Like, what is this like? Is this going to be like prostitution? Like, do I have to have sex with him? Like, what do I do? I have all of these types of questions. What do we do when we go out?
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, you need to look expensive. And I was like, well, no, you need a Chanel purse. I go and ask somebody, can I borrow a Chanel bag? This is already ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is already ridiculous. Because he needs to think that you already have this stuff. I asked Lex, this was a very long time, this is during COVID. Yeah. Lex is like, okay, you kind of doing too much, but okay, you look good, let's do this stuff. Yeah. I went and it was so odd and awkward and I'm asking questions and and
most of the time they have no personality.
Not an ounce.
And you're like getting deep and they're like, catch up. Like,
yeah. And then he had a wife and then I was like, you're married? Well, what am I doing here? And then he was like, and I got to leave the next day and go to practice. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? Like, why did I? So then my friends were like, you need to ask him for some money so you can go to the mall. I was so uncomfortable with it.
And then you're like, hey,
so can I I can't do it.
Yeah.
I could barely do the normal dating. It's too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, well, I'm proud of you for realizing that because a lot of women don't realize that it's too much and they continuously chase that dream that is not even for them.
It's a skill. The girls that do it and do it well, it's a skill.
Yeah. Because I'm too, one, I want to still work. Like you said, I still want to have my own identity. And like we talk too much. And I don't like doing the heavy lifting in a conversation with a man. So like, I want somebody, or I feel like you don't like me. And it might not be that you genuinely don't like me. You just have no brain.
Or you just don't talk. And that makes me, it gives me anxiety. I'll be sitting there like, are you okay? And they're like, yeah. Like, so when you're out to dinner with people, you just sit here?
Yeah.
So we just sit here.
And I'm like, you good? You okay? Like, did I do something wrong? And it's like, no, but you about to piss me off because you keep asking me, am I good?
And then it's like, oh.
Well, this is boring to me.
This is boring, and I'll be damned if I marry somebody where this is really what we're doing at dinner or at the park. Or I like to I was just telling somebody this the other day, I recently just started dating again. Mm-hmm. It's been a little over a year, and I've been going on dates with the men. Mm-hmm. And I'm about to go back in hibernation because I'm just like, okay. I had a man tell me that I communicate too well.
How is that a thing? Like, isn't that?
I was like, that's good, right? And he was like, yeah, I just don't be communicating like that. And I was like, but you should. Like, the whole point of dating is so that
we can
get to know each other.
Right.
To really know if we want to be in each other's, if we want to keep creating time and space for each other. And so I'm going to ask questions that have to do with that. Do you like dogs, nigga?
Right.
Do you like going outside? What? I asked somebody, what podcast do you like to listen to? Because he said he listened to podcasts. He goes, I don't know.
So do you listen?
Do you listen or are you lying? What are we talking? And now I'm getting mad and I'm like,
yeah, now I'm irritated.
this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Date people that make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to do with, I'm not even talking about money, personality.
Yeah. No, it has to mesh.
I'm learning that people don't really like to get to know you.
No, they don't like that process. And they also don't like being vulnerable enough, letting you get to know them. They don't, because they don't even know themselves. So how can I let you get to know me and I don't know me? I don't even know what, I listen to podcasts. I don't even know what I'm listening to.
And I'm making it easy for you. I'm like, okay, well, let's.
Because you going to do most of the heavy lifting. And I had to learn that too early on in dating. I would, like, you know, most girls, we get the fit, like, we like a guy, we get the butterflies, then we all start thinking about, like, oh, he's so great, he's so great. And then I remember one time I was like, was he or was that all me?
Bro.
Like, on the date, like, that was a great date because I was so fun, right? Like, I enjoyed my own, he was just kind of there.
He was just there, and my energy is so magnetic that, like, it kind of just, you get to feed off of it.
Yeah. And then but when I thought about it, I was like, he didn't really do.
And it's funny that you can get, and that's why I think it's so interesting that sometimes after a heartbreak or after certain things, people don't take a beat just to think about, what was this?
Yeah.
Because what exactly was it? I'll never forget, I called my therapist and I said, am I crazy? Did I make up a relationship? You know how sometimes girls can do that too, where it's like, everybody else knows this is not your man.
Yeah.
He know it. Everybody knows it. But you were like, this is my man. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I was like, did I make up a boyfriend? She was like, you absolutely didn't. What I have noticed that I do, and this is why I'm so glad I took a beat, I attract men that look very nice on paper. They look good.
Great job, great person. So it's like, oh,
Morehouse graduate, parents still together. Them teeth is, I'm a sucker for good teeth.
Yeah.
Not a veneer tooth. It's your teeth.
Right.
And you take care of them. You floss them.
Yeah.
That baby got a perfect, my ex-boy had a perfect smile. He was perfect on paper.
Yeah.
And then when I took that beat, and then other people sometimes have to point things out to you, they were like, he didn't ever talk. He didn't want to help people.
Yeah.
Kids. He was like, I don't want to. And I would be like, oh, we got more work to do. Because I don't want you to just be good on paper. Because I don't want to create who you really are in a little human.
Yeah.
Because the paper don't got nothing to
do with that. Because the paper not going to raise the kid.
Yeah, the paper not going to raise the kid.
And you can't fall in love with people's families either. I learned that because the family not. Like, yeah, your kid will be around that family, but you're not marrying that family. You're marrying him.
Right.
You're marrying into that family, but in that house, gonna be him every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Looking for the perfect space to bring your vision to life? Welcome to Visionaire Production Studios, where creativity meets capability. With over 10 dynamic sets, including a fully equipped kitchen set, we're built for creators, brands, and dreamers who don't just want content, they want cinema. Whether you're shooting a podcast, cooking show, campaign, or content series, we've got the space and the team to help you make magic and bring any vision to life. If you can see it, we can help you shoot it. Let's turn your vision into production at Visionaire Production Studios.
Through this transition of trying all these different things in your career, what kept you going with the podcast and being consistent even when it wasn't lucrative?
Oh, girl. Even when it wasn't lucrative, even when you and your co-host about to kill each other, even when y'all be depressed. And there's so many moments where even Kiara and I have talked about this, like, wow, we still show up. I love sharing my experiences to help people. And I never had the language for it because there's this interesting, I don't know what I would call it, but there's this way that I can share and be vulnerable, but also be balanced with it and add in a joke and add in way for you to understand that, like, we can do this. I did it, or I don't know if we can do this. I really feel like I was put here to help people be better. Even if you don't choose to stay with me, and even if I don't get to meet you. If I can do that, and if I can do it through comedy, not as a comedian, but like through my podcast, through storytelling, I love sharing a story.
Have you ever did stand up?
Girl, I tried it 3 times and I was like, I don't think I can do it again.
Why?
Because it was just like, it's weird when you're telling a story behind a mic. It's just, I don't have the skill set to do it on the stage. And I just turned into a different person.
Okay.
It was.
You feel like you weren't yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I don't really know what it was. Like I said, I only did it 3 times. I feel like I could do it in front of white people. I don't feel like I could get it in front of black people and be like.
But I can see that. It's a different type of comedy. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you being sincere because I'm like, you should try that. I'll go to open mic with you. You know, I've done comedy before.
Are you still doing it?
I haven't in a year.
Did you like how you felt when you were doing it?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, and I know that I'm not supposed to be Monique, but but I want to continue to. I mean, we're creative, so it's just a different tool in my toolbox, and I want to keep sharpening that tool. So we can go to some open mics because I'm like, I need to keep trying.
Did you like do all the things, like learn how to write and did it, or you were just like, I'm just gonna go and just throw these jokes out?
So my story is a little different because I have been, this is off the record and it's statute of limitations is too old. I used to sneak into the comedy club at 15, 16. I've always been a fan of comedy. I've always been a fan of comedy. So like I used to beg my mom to stay up late and watch Comic View. My favorite show growing up was I Love Lucy. Like I've loved comedy.
I did not know, Brie, that we had so much. Do you know how much I love comedy? I go to a comedy show probably every weekend.
No, I didn't know that.
It could be a hole in the wall. It could be, I will go by myself.
Yeah, I love comedy, yeah.
Love it. I feel like in my past life, I wasn't a comedian, but I was like a manager for comedians.
Okay. What? How you feel like, yeah, I didn't do this, but I was helping y'all do it.
I love it.
What? Okay. No, me too. I love comedy. I've always loved comedy. So I think that I have learned to the point that I could tell you who's stealing who joke.
Ooh.
I mean, I've known, because you know, comedians get their jokes, and that's such and such joke. Yeah. That's such and such joke. So I'd be like, that's just such and such joke. Or I can tell when you just took something you saw on the internet and made that a joke.
Oh, we gotta go do a stand. Now I want to do it.
Well, let's go. We gonna research like, and you'll see. And so there's certain things that I've learned from watching comedy that I knew, like, okay, this is how you do a callback. This is, letting the laugh breathe, like certain techniques of it. But I didn't sit down with anybody and was like, teach me how to write a joke. Because I don't think comedians can do that. I know it's a skill to it, but I think you have to, it's just storytelling and then knowing when to, well, I take that back. You know who's a really good writer
Nav Green.
Nav is funny as hell.
Lauren Knight something might be going on right now because last show I went to, I was like, are you okay? But she can write.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna check her out.
She used to open up for us, our live shows. I'm pretty sure you've seen her because for a minute she was opening up for us.
Yeah, because I've been to your live shows, so I'm sure I've seen her. Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the
Chronicles.
Yes.
Tyler Chronicles.
He kind of looked like Common, the little fine light-skinned dude.
Okay, I can see that. I never saw that.
Like
but
off-brand.
Yeah, like great value Common. Yeah.
We love you.
We do. But I if I sat down with somebody, I would want to sit down with Tyler. And I've worked with him on TV shows. So like I worked on a talk show, and you have writers and producers. So he's worked in that. So I'm like, okay, you get my style of comedy. You can help me refine but it was when I did it, my set, and I have like a 12-minute set.
That's long.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's like barely an opener.
Oh.
Like an opener, no, I'm sorry. An opener is like 5 minutes. A feature, that's not.
I don't know all the time frames.
Yeah, it's like a 12. So I'm in that, like I could only be one of the first 2 people.
Okay.
With 12 minutes. Then you got the person before the headliner.
That's the funniest person.
The headliner is the funniest person. That's who we came to see.
But the one before the headliner, that nigga might be funnier than the headliner.
He might be. He on the come up.
He on the come
up.
Yeah,
we just don't know him
Even
yet.
The headliner knows.
No, that's why he brought him.
Yeah.
To get y'all warmed up all the way. The first 2 people, they not on the name of the show.
And everyone's like, they might even get booed.
Yeah, that's me.
It's gonna be me too.
No, I'm saying I wanted them 2 people. You know what I mean? So, but I knew, certain stories you've told in different settings, and that story always makes somebody laugh. And I knew that from me sitting on the phone talking to my nana, me talking to my homegirl. Like, you tell that story, or being on different podcasts, and that story kind of hit. So you might craft the story to be a little shorter or refine it to make it a joke.
Let me ask you this. Did you feel like when you were doing comedy that you had to downplay your pretty?
Absolutely.
Okay, it helps.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't feel like you can be too pretty as a comedian.
I don't know what
or
it
sexy.
is. Yeah, like when I've gone to some of the shows and the women walk out and they have on like heels and stuff, and this maybe isn't politically correct, but I already be like, she's not gonna be funny.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I think all people feel that way.
And I don't know, because it's like, I mean, I'm funny. I'm not a comedian, but I'll be funny.
Yeah. But because we are naturally pretty, when I have gone on stage, I'm more just like a tomboy. I'm in braids. So they're like, is she gay?
Okay.
Gay girls are funny. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so when we go to do an open mic, I'm gonna get cornrows.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear no makeup.
Okay. Yeah. No makeup. We don't need no makeup. We don't.
Sports bra, loose shirt, baggy pants.
Yep.
And some flip flops.
Yep. Something chill.
Yep.
Sweats. Like, hey, I'm like, you just rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm really not even supposed to be here. Like, and you kind of can't give a fuck either.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta have that. Like, I don't care if y'all laugh or don't. Look at you, hot. You're laughing. What a surprise for you. Yeah, like you gotta like throw it away.
Yeah.
No, for sure. But dang, we said all that to say, I was trying to say, did you tell me, you were telling me how you guys kept going in the midst of it.
I don't have an answer, because I think we keep going because Kiki and I are very hard to quit something that we really do believe in. You know what I mean? Like, we started really producing the show even when nobody was listening, like making sure like, okay, is the audio clear? And that's for me and her. Like, let's do segments. Let's like this creation is our baby.
Yeah.
Whether the numbers drop or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I think we keep showing up because I made a commitment. And
did you give yourself a timeline for the commitment though?
You know, not really. I didn't.
You just said balls to the wall, I'm doing this.
And I think just the type of person I am, I don't give up on stuff. Yeah. Even when I want to. And if I do give up on it, I'll be like, did I really? Yeah. Is this something that I really want to?
It had to be pried out your hands.
Yeah.
For you to give it up.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Yep. But I show up because I really do love our podcast. I love talking. I love helping the women. That's the main part. I love that I get to share an experience, and the emails or the DMs that I get on a daily basis from married women. I'm not married. I ain't never been married. One girl sent me a message, and I will send you a voice note back and be like, you either sound ridiculous, you need to go to church, you need to ask God, man. I don't know.
I'm Medina.
Yeah, I've never been married, but I do want to remind you of something. I think you said vows. Did you say vows? And they'd be like, you really responded. Yeah, I am. Because what? Yeah. Yeah, we did say vows. Did you say for better or for worse? Okay, are you being abused? No. I think my man depressed. All right. You don't know what that worst is going to be. Yeah. So ma'am, this might be a worst for you, and you need to go seek help from a professional. I like that I'm a trusted voice. Yeah. I'm not a big booty BBL brigade voice. Right. I'm not a rapping and you gonna get money from men voice. Yeah. I am a
sound advice.
Let's get better. Yeah. And I always end it with, I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong, but like, let's try to be as right as we can be.
Yeah. That's good.
You know what I mean? And so I think that's why I keep showing up. Right now, that's my outlet to help people. Yeah. And I'm trying to also help myself.
Same. That's why I'm like, it's better with Brii Renee, but I'm not all the way better all the way. I'm trying to grow. We growing together, one conversation at a time. So yeah, I feel you on that.
And I think it's important Sarah Jakes talks about this all the time. And then she talked about it recently. I think it's important to show that. Like, you're Brii Renee, you're like a whole celebrity. No. Yes, you are. You really are.
A celebrity?
You're a celebrity.
No, celebrities are like J-Lo.
No, you're a celebrity. You are.
What makes you feel like that?
Because you are. I will never forget, y'all. I'm laying on the couch watching Being Mary Jane, and Brie pops up on the screen. I'm like, oh, you really been doing this.
I was an extra.
It doesn't matter. Extra, right. Like, you see the process. Okay. And the process is so important, because people really when people come to me and they're like, I want to start a podcast. If it's a friend or if it's not, I'm always like, have you started it? Yeah. Because if you're looking to me to start it for you,
that's not happening.
You don't really want to do, how you said, like, how you keep showing up. I want to do this. Yeah. I like talking about relationships. I like telling stories, whether I'm getting paid for it or not.
Yeah. We would be talking. We were at dinner last week talking, and I'm like, wait, we have to
stop this. This is a podcast. Yeah. Like, I like it. So some of my friends are like, I'm going to start one. Do you want to start one? Are you just trying to get a brand, or do you just want attention on Instagram? Yeah. Because it's all different. You have to be honest with what you're going into
really
it with.
want.
And if it's fame, I'm probably not the one you need to help. You don't need help from me because if you don't got it, you don't got it.
Yeah. What, that's good. So it's really just about the love for it.
It's the love for it.
And you got to do that. That's why I feel like people should do things that they genuinely love and care about. Let me see. I feel like we've covered so many of the questions. That's why you got to sit down with another host, because they just be answering the questions that you had wrote out.
We be going overboard.
Yeah.
Just talking.
Okay. What piece of advice did you hear early on about maybe CockTales or your personal brand that ended up being completely false? Or even harmful? You know, some people give you advice and it's harmful.
Okay, I have 2 answers for 2 separate businesses. I also have a wellness retreat company, Paradise and Vibe. And we recently learned this. Shout out to Ayana and Cassandra. We do Paradise and Vibe together. And we had a retreat where we booked we thought we needed a celebrity, like a certified celebrity. And it went totally wrong. Not only did they didn't come.
I remember you telling me that they just didn't show up at all.
And it was like this moment of this lesson, but it still also ended up being our best retreat.
I was gonna say, did they at least promote it? And
we'll talk.
Okay.
But it was a learning lesson of like, people say you need
a name.
We've been doing this since COVID. We just did our 11th retreat, and we never had no celebrity. I've been the voice and marketing it through the podcast and other ways, and we've always had great retreats. The one time we try to introduce a celebrity into it, it was just like, we actually don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. You can do this on your own. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people tell you to focus so much on the numbers when, just like we were saying in the beginning, like, do you have impact? Right. Yeah. Well, why what you doing?
You don't need them. And then they might not even fit the vibe. They get on a retreat and now they standoffish. And it's like a wellness and nobody's well around you.
Yeah, no one's well.
You're not well.
Yeah, like, ma'am, what? We love you. Why you acting like that?
Why you acting stink like that?
But then with the podcast, people always say like, don't do business with your friends, and there's a portion of that I do agree with. However, what I have learned about Kiki and I's relationship, it has taught me so much about it's like a marriage. Yeah. And what I see in her and what I see in me is, don't do business with certain friends. Mm-hmm. But if you do friend business, make sure y'all are the type of people that don't give up on each other. You know what?
Like a real marriage.
Like a real marriage. Y'all both see
the business is the marriage.
The business is the marriage. And like my therapist asked me, what do you think is a relationship in your life that has taught you so much? And I really had to think about it. And it has been mine and Kiki's relationship. It has proven to me that people can change. You can grow with someone. You can have differences. You can be mad at each other. And you can still show up for what you said you was going to show up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I'm mad at my husband right now, but we showing up to our kids' recital.
Right. I'm not going to go cheat on you because now you done made me mad and I'm not getting the attention I want. So now I'm going to go get it from somewhere else. It's like, okay, I might be a good wife.
Yeah.
One day. Maybe, I don't know if I want it, but I might be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're going to be a great one. I think so. I do. Those are good. That's good. You don't always need to chase the numbers or the optics of things. And you can do good business. Well, really, I think the ultimate story or lesson behind that is, don't give up on people that you truly love. Yeah. Mm-hmm, that's good. Let's see. Well, I was going to ask you how you've managed to constantly support yourself through the pivots, but when did you know? Was it this recent relationship where you're like, I'm about to be a real estate agent?
Yes. Even the story behind mine, it's so funny that you bring that up, because one day I'm a real estate agent, y'all, with Keller Williams Buckhead, and I was in the brokerage one day, and the white people don't know me, like, so I
don't know the podcast
at all. They're like, this girl is really, like, no one was like, you're just Medina from the podcast. Now they kind of know, but like when I first was in there, I was in there just like grinding, studying, trying to really learn real estate. Mm-hmm. But we were in some sort of class, I can't remember it, and there's a guy in there, now he's my coach. He asked everybody to go around and say like what their big why is. Why are you doing this? And he wanted everybody to go around a circle and say it. And everybody was giving their answer. I'm always the oddball out when I'm in any group. I feel like either I'm gonna be the most honest, which can be real weird sometimes, or I don't know. I just don't feel like I ever fit in anywhere. And I felt like that in my brokerage. And so everybody's going around, the people are standing up, they're like, oh, you know, my dad had a brokerage when I was little, my mom was a real estate, and they're giving all these answers. And I'm like, it's gonna get to me, and everybody is gonna be like, ma'am, what?
So what was your why? What was your why?
I was like, okay, well, can I be honest? They're like, yeah, that's what we want. We want honesty. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I got my real estate license because I didn't know this at first, but like it was motivated by revenge. And everybody was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I was dating this guy. He said I didn't make enough money as a content creator, as a creator. He was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not a real job. Like, you need to make more money. You need to make as much money as me. And he didn't say that verbatim, but he did it with his actions. And it was just like, all I heard was broke bitch, broke bitch, broke bitch. It was like, he could be saying something else, be like, broke bitch, broke bitch, broke bitch. I was like, oh my God, I can't keep living like this. And I was like, you know what I can do? What does everyone do when their dreams don't come true? They get their real estate license.
Okay.
And I did it. And I got it. And I was like, I was so embarrassed, Brii. I was so embarrassed when I got and I was like telling him, I was still with him when I got my life. I'm like, look at me, Dad. Like, I did it. I'm going to be making money this like you. And it was really disgusting. It was disgusting. It was like, wow. I get my license and I didn't realize real estate is such a hustle. It's such a hustle. Me and boyfriend break up. He acts like a completely different person that I never thought he would act like. I end up getting in a really bad situation. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? And this is not like this was a long time ago, y'all. This was last year. I am like, he cannot. You ever look at your life sometimes and you'll be like, if I had a reality show and this was what I woke up to, this was the clip, I'll be feeling bad for people in reality. Because I'm like, if this was the clip, everybody would be like, dang, like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? But then it's also like, but dang, you be doing all these, and you're doing so much. What happened? Well, what are you really doing with your money? Why can't you? And I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I started getting real close to God, Brii, because I was like, there's no reason why I keep having to start over. And it's always somebody's ashy son at the root of it. And so I was like, I have my license and nothing else. And I will never forget, I got my license in June. I didn't have my first deal closed until January. But what ended up happening was somebody called my phone in November. And I had been praying to God, like, I need something. I'm going to the brokerage every day, recording, doing all the stuff, just paying my own business, minding my own business and doing my own thing. And somebody calls me, they're like, I need a house. And I was like, this is a scam. And then it ended up.
No, ma'am, you're a real estate agent.
Yeah, but it was sometimes to be scammers.
Okay.
And I was like, who is this person calling? So he's like, I need to go see a house tomorrow. And he starts sending, I was like, are you pre-approved? He's like, yeah, he sends his pre-approval. It's for 1.5 million. I was like, this is not true. I had been praying to God, like, I just need a win. I need you to help me. I need like a large sum of money to just get up out of what I then put myself in. I pull up to one of the houses that the man sent me. And before I got there, one of the agents was like, I was like, this is the first time that I'm even showing a house. I don't know what to do. Like, and she was like, oh, nothing's gonna happen. Like, just go, make sure you know the age of the roof, and then give him a space. I was like, okay, cool. She was like, make sure you ask him like what type of lifestyle he has. Just have surface conversation. I get there super early. I'm praying outside. I'm like, God, please don't let me get killed. Cause I don't even know why would we be doing? Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, please don't let the man kill me. And also, God, I really need a deal. I go inside. Turn on all the lights. The man is like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I go outside. He's like, that's not the house. And I was like, oh my gosh, the house next door was for sale too. I was like, I'm in the wrong house. Sorry. I go into the right house and he doesn't know I'm new.
Yeah.
I go in, I'm showing him the house and he's just like very like,
this is, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, take a look around. What type of lifestyle do you have? Because he was like, that's none of your business. And I was like, oh, it's not.
Yeah.
That's not any of my business, and I definitely shouldn't have asked you that.
Yeah.
He goes downstairs, he's looking at the basement, he comes up, he's like, I want to buy it. And I was like, the house? He was like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, he writes me a check for $25,000. He's like, here's the earnest money. I don't know this man from this is my first
meet
show.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. He was like, you want me to come to the brokerage with you to write the offer up? I said, no. I get in the car, I call my coach, he didn't pick up, then I go to the brokerage, I'm crying. I don't know what to do.
Because you like, thank you, God.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you, God, and also I don't know what to do. Yeah. And so I get there, there's this guy, his name is Michael Hernandez. He's like, I got you, I'm gonna show you how to do everything the precise way, the right way, We write up the offer. I ended up having, my first deal was $1.3 million. The commission check on that was $39,000. And I literally was like, oh, I could do real estate.
Yeah.
Even if my dream did fail.
Yeah.
I could do it. And what I say about real estate when people be asking me why you got in it, and I still do this when I'm at the brokerage today, real estate made me believe in God. I always believed in God, but it hit in a different way. I was like, God, I need you, bro. I don't got nowhere to go. I'm not going back home. I have to figure some shit out. Your child, the Ashley one over there, he told me I'm broken and that I wasn't gonna, like, he was like, how are you gonna make it? And I don't know. Yeah. Even when you're like, how have you been making it? It has always been God.
Yeah.
I've never been one of those people where I'm great with finances or I'm great. And I'm not saying that as like you need to be good with your finances, but I'm so happy that I am a good person and I treat people right because a way has always been provided. And when that happened, Brie, I said, oh,
God is real. God
is really real. He did that. He put people in my life that were like, let me show you how you do this. I was not like a real estate girly. I'm still very much learning. Now I'm learning. I'm like, oh, my storytelling, I can mix this with real estate. I can help people believe that you could buy a house. Lex, we do podcasting she has poor minds.
Yeah.
I'm doing CockTales. She hit me up one day like, hey, can you help me find a rental? And I was like, bitch, no, you're going to buy a house. She was like, no, I'm not. Lex bought a house.
And I love that. And now she's renovating her house and I'm following LGTV. Whatever she call it.
I was like, you don't have to listen to what people say. You can't have a sex podcast and be a real estate agent. Who can't? Because God said that I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know how, but
oh, that's so good.
None of this makes sense. I have a show about sex and relationships, a wellness podcast, in which when they reached out to me and they were like, can you help us get people here? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if the girls are going to ruin the wellness? They're going to be trying to drink Hennessy. They're going to be twerking. I don't know what they're going to be like.
Yeah.
Everybody needs wellness. Stop thinking so much about what people are going to think or trying to overthink what people are thinking because you're 9 times out of 10 wrong. Sex podcast, wellness retreat, real estate, and it's all working.
Yeah.
And it has been very difficult.
That's good. But it's gone. And it might be. He didn't promise it was going to be easy, but he promised if you trust and believe, he would make a way. You had the faith of mustard seed. You did. You prayed in the car. You was asking him. And he showed you. And it not just showed up, but that's a big check for the first check.
Bro.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, that's a good story. I didn't know that. That was my first time hearing that.
I'm telling a lot of firsts here. That's their first time hearing it too.
Yeah.
Because it really, when I got my license, there was this embarrassment attached to it. Like all jokes aside.
Because you know how most girls are like, look, I'm gonna go to school to be a nurse or whatever. Go with me. You didn't, especially already being in the content space, you didn't document that. I remember you just popped like, oh, okay, Medina got her real estate license. Yeah. Like you just popped out of nowhere with it.
When I posted that, I will never forget. I was in Fiji. This sounds like it was really rich girl life. I was hosting a retreat. I remember I was supposed to already post, and my coach was like, why aren't you announcing that you're a real estate agent? I was like, because you don't understand. Do you know who horrible decisions is? Do you know who poor minds? And I'm naming all these podcasts where we all came up together and everybody's getting deals. Everybody's with networks. Everybody's growing in what we wanted to do. And I'm saying I'm a real estate agent. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
That's really how I felt.
Oh, that's so
real.
real.
And I was like, you got to reposture your heart, your mind, your spirit. That ain't it.
But that's real though. And I'm not to say that it's right because I said that in an earlier podcast episode as well. Like I have been on social media as well on Instagram and I'd be like, well, I've been doing radio and I've been talking and I've been doing, why is everybody else getting these successes and they look like they winning and I'm not? But it's like God wants to know how much of the faith you gonna keep in that season of waiting for yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yours is gonna come different sometimes. That's so good, Medina.
It's so good. And it's just, if anybody is listening right now, you're going through stuff like that, reposture your heart, because even though like it is real and it is in those moments, I have been like, dang, like everybody else gets to make it in the way that they wanted to. And I always got to be this oddball out. I started to get jealous and envious. When you start feeling like that, you have to know to sit down sometimes and turn the shit off. Get closer to God. And turn the music off. Brie, when I tell you this whole last year, I had to turn the music off. I didn't even know that there was worship songs, that there's Christian rappers. There's one that sounds like Pop Smoke. And I'd be listening to him. I don't know his name, but I'm like, well, you know what? This guy got me feeling good. This don't have me feeling like let's go get drunk, smoke hookah, and go fuck niggas for money.
Yeah.
This one makes me feel like, hey, it's
I can
rough
do
right
it.
now, but look at God on your shoulder. Yeah. And I'm bopping in the car like, Jesus loves me. And he loves you too, girl. What, you need a prayer? I was at Burton's the other day. There was a girl, she was sad. She was sitting at her table. I said, can I pray for you?
Yeah.
She was like, and I took her hand. That's not Medina. Medina 2.0, I'm still trying to learn how to navigate her.
Yeah.
Cause she be like, you gotta stop being jealous.
Yeah.
And I bring up the jealous word because everybody loves to act like jealousy isn't an emotion. It is.
And but
don't nobody
it's so
talk about
crazy
it.
because I literally was gonna ask you that. Like when I'm thinking and curating the conversation, I'm like, I want to ask her, has she ever felt any type of way? And I know, like, we respect I know you, so I know you're a girl's girl, but I know how real it can feel when you see, because like, again, I said, you're one of the first podcast groups, you and Kiki, that were doing it. So when you see the big deals from other people, do you ever feel left out? So I wanted to ask you that, but because she's so great at what she does, she answered it before I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what that felt like, and it is real.
We got booked at Black Girl Digital Awards, and the award that we gave away was Podcast of the Year. We gave the award away. We weren't the winners. We gave it away. We were like, and the winner is Poor Minds. But what I'm learning is I feel like God is doing a real work in me. It's not a work on how to get your skin right. It's a work that is like, let me show you what matters.
Yeah.
I have never served so much in my life. There is like a lover girl recipe that I had to like come up with that was like, okay, let me really pay attention to the things that are happening and the people that are around, the failures and the wins, and the wins that don't look like a win to anybody else. But this is a win that somebody stepped in and said, you could come stay with me because you have nowhere to live. And she didn't know me. This is a win that you're getting closer to God. I used to not even feel comfortable praying out. When people be like, who wants to pray over the food? I was like, you better not ask me. That's crazy that you're saying, don't y'all better not ask me to pray. I don't pray good. Why are you always performing?
Yeah.
And I think that God is like, I'm gonna keep busting you upside your head until you really do stop. And then he did it. And I was like, okay, let me serve. I've never just been like, I'm gonna go volunteer and it's like, I'm gonna just do it because let me see what people helped me last year. They didn't have to. And they showed me help in a way that I've never done. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm so proud of you, Medina. That's real.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It really does mean a lot. You don't have to let things get you down. And if you do get down, just pay attention to the messages and the signs that are coming your way. It's something greater is coming, and it might not have nothing to do with entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure. You might meet your husband serving. Yeah, I mean, that's touchy.
I do hope. I hope so.
You know?
That's where I need to meet him.
Yeah, somewhere. We don't know. I'm just saying, like you said, it might not have nothing to do with entertainment. Yeah. But because God is working on you, like you said, even in the conversations that we've had, you've grown so close to God. How are you balancing transforming into this new Medina with also the show and still showing up with CockTales and speaking about dating and sex? And like, how do you feel like you can't be, or how do you balance that?
It's really interesting. I talked to my pastor about it, and this was recent also, because I have toned down a lot, but I do still be cussing. And
I'll be cursing soon.
I be like, I be trying, and I catch it sometimes. I be like, oh, I'm sorry. But my pastor told me something, because I was like, I'm just gonna quit. Because this is wrong, and I'm listening to my Pop Smoke Christian rap in the car, and I'm not watching TV, and I don't go to the club, and so he was like, but I think you're maybe like overdoing this, like baby steps, and you're taking your steps, and like you have a voice, and you're reaching somebody. I talk about God on the show. At first I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to make and then I go again, like trying to think for other people. Yeah. I'm talking about my experience at me going to church growing up Muslim. My name is Medina Ali. I grew up Muslim, and I used to.
Last name.
Yeah, I have worn a hijab. Okay. I used to think saying Jesus felt racist because my dad is super pro-black. He used to be like,
yeah, that white Jesus. Yeah, you're like, well, wait a minute.
I was like, Jesus just represented slavery to me.
Yeah,
and then I was like, oh no, we got to stretch our minds a little bit. You got to come up with your own thoughts and learn about Jesus on your own. And so when my pastor said, like, your voice is reaching people that we can't reach. And it's the truth. I can't tell you how many times recently when I've been at Live and somebody DMs me like, was that you just crying in the front? I came to Live to try it out because you talked about it on the podcast. I'm like, yeah, it was me. Glad you came.
Right.
And so I'm learning that I am balancing it. And I am learning how to navigate this new version of me. I've had to tell friends that, hey, listen, I'm about to set a boundary. It's uncomfortable for me. This is new for me. And it's also hard for me, but I'm about to do it.
Okay.
And that's how I've been balancing it. And when it's time to walk away from certain things, I will know.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Good for you. Yeah, that's good. Now, you talked about serving so much that you recently, she told me this at dinner, she went and auditioned for her church choir. What was that about?
Okay, remember?
Because Medina, she has a beautiful voice.
I got a little Disney princess voice sometimes. It don't always hit though.
Well, I'm saying, I think your voice is beautiful as in speaking.
Oh.
But I haven't heard you sing anything.
Can't sing.
Okay.
I can, you know how you can hold a little note with certain songs?
Okay.
I can't sing, but this is what ended up happening. Remember I was just saying, like, there was this Lover Girl recipe that I came up with. Okay, what is helping me be better and what's not? Okay, if it's not right now in this moment, I'm fighting for my life. If I don't have the capacity for certain things, it just gotta go. So I was like, okay, serving is helping. Okay, we'll keep that in the recipe. Okay, God is helping. He always gonna be in the recipe. Then I was like, you ever heard of rejection therapy? Rejection therapy is basically, this is free, y'all. Now it's embarrassing, but that's the whole point.
It's rejection.
It's rejection. You go and you face rejection. You go do a stand-up, even if you don't want to be a comedian. There's a guy, he does it. He goes into the stores because he has social anxiety and he just lays on the floor in the store. And everybody's looking like, what are you doing? Wait, he just lays there, he just deals with all of the commentary, everything and he gets up, and the whole point is, did you die? Are you okay? Yeah. You can go face the fear.
Right.
And so with me, it was like, I do like singing. I'm gonna go, I was like, I'm gonna audition for the church choir. And I don't know any of the songs. I didn't grow up in church. This was not a while ago, but like now I know the songs. But like, I went to that audition and they were like, what song are you gonna, these are the list of songs you could choose from. And I was like, I already had a song that I was gonna sing. And I was like, okay, I don't know any of these songs. In my mind, I'm like, okay, so I pick one. I picked Worthy. And I get there. Everyone's like, my dad's a pastor. I grew up in church. And I was in the choir.
Are so good.
And here I go. Again, I'm in a room where it's like, this don't make no sense. Why are you doing it?
Like, why are you here?
The whole day I'm calling my mom like, can you listen to me sing this song real quick and tell me if it sounds good? I get there. I get on that stage. I take my shoes off because I'm shaking in my boots, quite literally. Taking the shoes off made it worse. They were like, oh, she about to blow. She about to blow. I was like, no, I'm so nervous. The piano starts. It's just silent. And I was like, are the words gonna come up on the screen? Like,
thought she was at karaoke.
The lead singer was like, no, we don't do that at rehearsal, but you could pull it up on your phone. So I pulled the words up on my phone. Y'all, it was a mess. It was a mess. If it wouldn't have been church, I'm pretty sure I would have got roasted. And then I contemplated, I was like, I'm never going back to the church again. I'm just gonna find a new church. And then I was like, that's silly. Yeah. Why do you care so much? You sounded bad. It's okay.
But you had to know that going into it.
I thought I sounded good.
So you actually thought you were going to make it?
I thought I was going to make it.
Oh, I thought you were doing this for rejection therapy.
I mean, like, it was a little bit of both. There was a part of me where it was also like,
I could make it.
Yeah, I'm going to be in there next week with my little black on. And everybody going to be like, it's not. I sure didn't. And I went to church and I was like, I know that. But now it felt so good that I got to know different people that I wouldn't have got to know.
Medina, you are nuts.
I'm all about like stretching your mind.
Yeah.
If something scares you, you should probably do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good. Cause those are the very things that we shy away from because we like so afraid of the rejection, what people think, but why do you care so much?
If we
don't take nothing else from this episode, I want us to all question ourselves often. Why do you care so much?
Why do you care so much?
Why do you care so much?
And it literally is a trickle down effect to the rest of everything else in your life, because then when you apply it to dating, if you like somebody and it hasn't even made it to relationship status yet, and somebody stops calling you and now you're crashing out, because why do you care so much?
Yeah, you've lived all these years without them.
And you maybe need to unpack some of this stuff. Why do you care so much?
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna be asking myself that.
We gonna do this open mic.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you could just, my ankles were shaking. When I get nervous, my lips shake and everything just be shaking. And it's like, if you can learn how to control that, bro.
Yeah. You invincible. Yeah. That's good.
We don't do it. We don't do it. And ooh, friend, we gonna do it.
Okay. But you're gonna be so funny. It's not gonna be rejection therapy.
I don't know. I don't know. Because when I get nervous, your nerves, if you don't control them, they take over.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna help you. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll hold your hand.
Okay. You're gonna be funny.
Medina. Okay, so before we go, what is something that you want to be better at in life right now?
What is something I want to be better at? I want to be better at serving. I want to be better at serving. I want that to be at the top of the list. I want to be better at seeing the unseen, the people that you get overlooked. And this isn't just in media. This is making sure if I'm leaving a concert and we're all frolicking out, reminiscing about Brandy and Monica, and there is a homeless woman sitting there and everybody walking past her. She asking for some money or some food, and you don't see her.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. How many people in this world go unseen? I want to be better at seeing with my heart, not anything else, bro. Like, I'm sitting here with friends, and there's somebody over here that need some help, and they don't get. I can come over here and give you some change.
That's good.
$1. This is wild that we're acting like, and then it's wild.
And then we'd be like, don't look.
And you act like you don't see it. And it's but then you're also the same person where it's like, you want to be seen in your relationship. You want to impact. It's somebody right here that you could actually be like, can I get you a coffee? Can I pray for you real quick? What do you need? Mm-hmm. What do you need? I see you. I want to be that, and I want it to come naturally. And that takes work. That takes like changing your mindset, stretching your mind, changing what you're around, turning the fucking music off. When I tell you, I had to turn so many messages off.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much you're consuming,
bro. You don't realize it till you at the basketball player's house trying to get a check for some sex. What are you doing? Help that lady on the corner. How about you give her a check?
Right.
That's what I want to be better at.
Oh, I love that. Okay, y'all. Medina, tell them where they can follow you, all the podcast, everything, all the things. When you drop episodes, if you need a house, shop.
Oh, y'all, you got so many options with me. I am basically the Lover Girl recipe. If you need to get into home ownership, follow me at Attachment Style Homes ATL. If you just want to watch me be who I am, mistakes and not mistakes, all of the things, a little Jesus, a little cussing, follow my personal page at Coffee Bean Dean. My podcast is at CockTales Podcast, and that's CockTales podcast. And I also am very involved in wellness. Paradise and Vibe is going to Turkey next year, and we're doing a whole body screening situation.
Oh my God, we all need that.
We all need it. And if you would like to come, you will have a good time. This will be our 12th retreat. It's incredible. Go to paradiseandvibe.com. Tell them I sent you. You can come by yourself. It's just a very welcoming community, and it's a lot of me vibes. It's girls that are just like, we don't have it all figured out, but yes, I want to eat my vegetables. I want to drink my water. I want to do some yoga, but I also might go turn up. Wellness looks different for everybody. It's not just you do yoga and you eating walnuts. You do yoga and you might go do a little twerk. Yeah. You don't know.
And we're not judging.
Wellness is laughing. Wellness is happiness. Wellness is being who you are. And so we would love to host you. And I think that, I don't know when this is coming out. I'm also hosting a tablescaping class on November 22nd and December 13th. So
probably about a December 13th one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all just follow me on Coffee Bean Dean.
Yep. And stay up to date.
Yeah. Yay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I love you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. Because I've been a guest on theirs. And go back and watch the episodes of me.
You've been like 3 times.
Yeah.
Man, we've been through a lot.
Seasons.
Yes, a lot of seasons.
And I would say this is the most mature, refined, growth I've seen in Medina. So I'm thoroughly proud of you, friend.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Yeah, you keep going every day, one step at a time.
Whew. The other day when we were like, how you doing? It's like, today I'm good.
Yeah.
When this podcast comes out, I don't know how I'm gonna be doing. So y'all pray.
We both in that season of taking it one day at a time.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. Yay. This has been another. Oh, I was about to forget the transformation. Oh my God, I love you so much. Okay, so boom, right at the end of every episode, I do a trap formation.
A trap formation.
Yes, and these are affirmations, but sometimes I, remix them and make it a little more trill or cater it to who my guest is.
I love that.
So I wrote this one with you in mind. This week's trap formation is: I speak from my soul and I love from my core. The healed me hits harder than ever before.
I love that.
Because it's you.
Because it's so me.
Yeah, because you love from your core. Y'all see she's been so open and honest about what you always spoke from your soul. Mm-hmm. But this healed you. And of course, we're all still healing. I get that. There's no finished version. Mm-hmm. But this new version of you is hitting harder than ever before.
Yep. I'm trying to steer her. Sometimes I'll be like, come back. Thank you, Brii.
I love you. Thank y'all. This has been another episode of Better with Brii Renee.